Hello and welcome to this video. My name is Gareth Pritchard and I'm going to show you a demonstration drawing of me drawing a Maserati Granturismo S sports car, open top sports car. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line across here, which is the horizontal plane, so that I can ground my car. This first line here will be the ground, and it will represent where the front wheels of the car go. Then I will draw another line a little bit further up, which will represent where the rear wheels go. I won't draw it all the way across because the back wheel will go about here. Then I'll draw another line roughly about there where the rear of the car goes. Now what I want to do is I want to get about halfway. So if I use my pencil to measure about the halfway line, which is about there, and then there, that will give me the front of the car about there. I make it a little bit bigger than there, and that's going to be where the front of my car is going to be. You might not see my pencil lined very clearly because I'm drawing very lightly. The reason for this is that if I make any mistakes, they will be less difficult to hide and less difficult to remove if they are drawn very lightly. So then I've got about halfway there and about halfway lined on there, and the two sides of the car. This is the front and this is the back. That's roughly where the front wheels are going to go. Now basically I want to get that distance there to another line for the front there, which represents where the grille goes. So that's where the front grille goes. Then it's about the distance of 2 there, so that's where the top of it goes there, and then that's where the sensor of the headlights, or part of the headlights, go, at least, a little bit higher than that there, and I'll come right across with that because that will actually show me where the bonnet is. The top of the headlights is about that distance again, which is about there. Now that line actually comes across and can go right across the car like that, because that gives me then the top of the wheel arch here. The top of the wheel arch is about there, and the rear wheel arch is, no it's not, yeah, that's what it is. The rear wheel arch is about there. So now I want to decide where the wheels are, or work out where the wheels are. So that's the central line there. So I want to come about the same distance again out to there like that, which gives me roughly where the front of the wheel is, and then it's about just over twice that distance. So it's once, it's twice. It comes around about there where the wheel is, and the rear wheel is about twice that distance there. That distance from the bottom there to there outwards 2 times is about the size of the rear wheel. I'm drawing these boxes here because what I'm going to do is draw the ellipse shapes for the wheels. Wheels, although they're round, when you're looking at them at this angle, they become what's known as an ellipse, which is more of an oval shape. So there is my line for the top of the wheel there, and it goes there, so the top of the wheel on that one goes there. So that's where the top of my wheel rim should be, and that's where the top of the rim should be on the rear wheel. Just check the width of them lines. Yeah, it's a little bit wider, this one. Perhaps bring that out a little bit there, just a little bit wider again, because it looks almost the same as that side there. So I'll get that one, fetch that down there because that's the front wheel. Now basically what I want here is an ellipse, so when I'm drawing in an ellipse I want to touch the sides here, touch the side here, touch the side here, and touch the side here, and then curve around to make it look like a wheel, looking at it from the side with it in an ellipse shape. So dodgy down here, that's not too bad. Now I want the rear wheel, which doesn't seem right. There seems to be something wrong. So that's the top line. Ah, that's because the wheel goes there. That's the front wheel, that's the rear there. So it's that box there that I'm drawing the ellipse in. So there, 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 and there. Come round like that, round like that, round like that, round like that. Which should give me my basic ellipse shape. But now fetch that round like that. And that's my rear wheel. So now I want to work out where that comes into here. So it's about half, about there. Bring that line up like that. So there's the bottom. So what I want to work out now is another line there, which should show me where the grill finishes here. So the next part of the grill will be, that's quite a distance, it's bigger, it's further than that, so it's like there, it's about there. So this side of the grill comes around about there, like that, curves around like that, and goes just below the line, like that. And then I want the headlight, so headlight starts about there, comes up like that, to about there, and then curves around like that. Now we'll go a bit further, more like that. That's it. Curves around like that, and then curves like that again there. Comes down at an angle like that, and it goes back across there. So that's the one headlight. Now the other headlight is about there. Now a bit further up. It should line up with that one. Actually, no, it doesn't. Yeah, it does. The bottom part there lines up there, and it comes across like that, and then it comes into there like that, and it goes across there like that. Then this part, the car here, so there. So I want the next line now where the tops of the wheel arches are, which is about there. So then looking at that line there, and that's roughly where the centre of that grille, that's roughly the centre of the grille. So this wants to come from there, and it wants to almost come straight like that, and then curve like that. Maybe more like that actually. And then around and down to this line here. So that gives us the bottom or the front spoiler area of the car. It curves around like that to there, and then this curves around there like that. And then it starts and it comes up here, so there's a circle there in the headlight, and this matches about there, maybe. I think it comes more like that sort of shape. And then it comes across like that, and around there like that, and along, down, and along to there, and should match up there like that, with that. And match that way with that. See, that goes there, and that goes there, and it comes along, and then goes to about there, goes in like that. Starting to take shape now. So now we want this, because this is the wheel arch, we want this, it's sort of like, comes like that, then it goes round, it comes around to here, and it goes out, but then comes in here, and that's the rear wheel. So we're about that distance again to the underneath of the car. So it comes around and then it curls in there like that. And we need to do it on the rear as well because the rear wheel is the same. So that goes around there like that. Maybe that's better. And it comes up almost straight, but then curves so that it's wider here like that, and then curls back in and disappears about there. So that's the rear wheel arch. And then the wheel comes down like that and round to about there. Like that. Disappears up at the back of the wheel there. And then it comes out like that around the top. And this area here is black. So now, just above there, is a line that comes round like that, where the wheel arch is flat along the edge, and then that goes around and disappears again with that, where it disappears into the wheel there. And our rear end of the car is about there like that, and that disappears as well. Just like sort of nicks in slightly there and then goes up again to get this like sloping effect. This slopes from the front, this car. It's similar to the Shelby Cobra, early Shelby Cobra. It's also similar to an Aston Martin as well. They all have this similar front here, probably copied off each other. Why reinvent the wheel? Or why try to reinvent the wheel? Then we've got to work out where this bit goes here, because by just under the top of the wheel there is an air vent that comes down, and if that's the bottom of the car there, and the air vent comes down like that and curves there and then goes right across to there like that. And then the door comes up like that, the door line comes up, but there's another line across here as well, about there, that goes to about there. It's like the star line in the body. There's like air vents there as well. And then that should give us the line for the door, which is slightly curved there. And something going on there. That comes down like that. It curls around into there like that. That comes across like that. And there's a line goes through there, and then it goes like sort of through there, then it comes in, and that gives us the door opening, curves there, and it goes up like that to the star line there, and then it curves back around like that. The handle goes about there, so now we've got another piece onto the headlight there, and like a sort of circle bit into there like that, and we've got another circle there, and just some shapes there. This bit comes down here, and then there is another like sort of flat line there that comes round like that, and that's the same on this side. It comes like that, it goes across there, which creates like an outer lip. It comes around, or should come around down there like that, and matches the bottom here, and then does the same on that side there. So now we want the bonnet, so it gets in there and it goes about there. So this line across here is where the bonnet goes, so it comes like that and it curves in there and it curves that side like that, and then it comes along and about there it lifts slightly, comes across, and then it like that, and then there's a line that comes up the bonnet like that, and that one seems to go like that. Then this bonnet line here comes up and it goes, it curves like that onto the wheel arch, and on this side it does the same thing, but it curves around and comes from up there like that. That's looking good at the moment. So now I want to bring this wheel down, which matches up around about there, and curves around like that. And then there's the front wheel, which starts about there, it curves in like that, goes flat there, and then it curves like that. So that's the line of the door. So the line of the door comes up at a slight angle there, and this comes down along here, or should do, and There's the door, so the door line so what's that distance there to the top of that roof or that windscreen? It's about 1, 2 and a bit. So there. It goes up like that, and that comes down, and curves around there, and goes across the bonnet like that. Should do the same on the top, and this right there, so it comes up like curves. It seems to be going uphill, that does like that, so wants to curve around about there and come across. Difficult. That's about right. Now here's my trusty eraser here. I'm going to erase a few of these marks because they're getting on my nerves now and they're distracting me and not allowing me to see properly what I'm doing. And these erasers are battery operated eraser, and it works really well to get rid of your lines quickly and without making too much of a mess. So let's give us our outline for our Maserati car. It's looking good. So we want to bring that there, the posts that hold up the windshield, and it comes across, curves there, like that, and then there's a darker area there that goes across there as well, and curves and comes down there like that. There's like a dark rim around the windshield, but then you can see the slightly inside of this, where that comes around like that. You can see it on that side. That might be slightly more like that actually. So remove that with the eraser again. So now I want to put the wing mirror in there, or the mirror, the rear view mirror. There's another one on this side which comes up like that and it curls around like that, and then the underneath seems to come around like that. It seems to go underneath like that. That comes across, curves up, goes back on itself like that, and then over there like that, around there. Matches up with that one, and there's this line that goes across there which is like a reinforcing part for the windshield. Then inside here, through the windscreen, you can see the headrests for the car, the driver, comes across like that. And then the other one comes up like that and does the same thing on that side. Comes down, across, Here you can see the steering wheel, more like about there, like that. Then you can see like a hump in the dashboard where all where the what's it called are the speedo and things like that in the dashboard there, which created that hump in the dashboard there, just in front of the steering wheel. Then at the back there's the headrest for the passengers. Go in there, and another one comes out and goes along, curves around there, and then comes out. There's another line there like that, and then there's another line there, and then there's a dark area there that shows the inside of the car, a line that comes around like that, and another line that comes around like that, and that goes up slightly there. And I think there you have it. Just got to do the wheels now, so let's put a small ellipse into the centre there, just to work out where the centre is. Same with that wheel, small ellipse in the centre, and work out where the spokes or the spokey bits are. Actually, yeah, no, that's about right. So that one wants to come out like that. There's one underneath, and there's one there that curls around like that, and down there, and this one comes out to here, and one above it there, and it comes around and goes up to there, and up to there. On there, different wheel. Yeah, it's looking done. Well, good now. It's nearly finished. Just going to go over it now with a marker pen or with black marker pen, just to get the things in quick. Hang on, need a pencil here because we've got this like emblem thing on the front, which is there, and what it is like an arrow. And yeah, that's cool. I'm just going to fill it in now with a pen. Using the black pen because it'll be a lot quicker this way. If I try to do it with a pencil, it'll take me a while. So I'll just do it quickly with a pen, this black marker pen, fill in all the black areas. So we can see a better defined car. Should be anyway, should do. This is not the right pen really, it's a bit thick for what I want it for. So it's making a bit more difficult to draw it with. I'm all like, well, I'm doing these big dark areas here, but when I start wanting to draw in the details of the car, it's going to make it very difficult. Damn computer making a noise. Gets on my nerves. So, stop now. Now I'm going to finish off with the black. I'm going to do the wheels. There's something wrong with this wheel, it looks a bit like it's going out too far there. It needs to come more like that. And if your wheels don't look right, then the rest of your car is never going to look right. So it's important to spend a bit of time drawing your wheels, getting them right, because if you don't, that'll make the rest of your car awful. You'll never get the car to look good. You can't get the wheels to look good. And these are the most difficult parts, the ellipse. That looks about right.